you like a helmet just like this, go over to greengrind.com and shop some of your favorite mini and life-size replica helmets. They have, you can add, of course, the visor, the chin strap, different helmet types as well. On the website, they have NCAA teams, they have all the NFL teams. You can go in there and shop some of your favorite sports football teams and get a helmet replica just like this. So go over there, use my promo code PITSYN at checkout as well, PITSYN, and get yourself a discount at checkout. So go over there and shop now. Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. So a quick little video. You're seeing, of course, Sports Illustrated articles and all the other articles, the Steelers articles about the Steelers being interested in a lot of different receivers. In my opinion, I don't know if the Steelers gonna make another move at receiver, and I feel like they probably just be content on what they have, unless it was to be, you know, like a trade. It can happen early on, maybe in the season, but I don't know right now if they're gonna sign a free agent. I don't know if it's gonna be a free agent guy. I think it might be probably a trade or something. If it was to be like something to happen, like Jawan Jennings, I know people mentioning him. I know the 49ers haven't given him an extension yet. I know they said the 49ers said they did not want to trade him, of course. So we'll see how that kind of goes. You know, usually when a player, they ask out, they want out, of course, you know, eventually they'll get out eventually. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think the Steelers are not going to sign a free agent. I just don't. I feel like if they would have did it, they would probably done it already. You know, people, I seen they mention and brought Gabe Davis' name back up and saying he's a possible option for the Steelers. They could bring him in. Of course, we know he's a big target receiver, but you know he's kind of limited in route running. When the Steelers already have a big target, deep threat in DK Metcalf, and you know now with the addition of Jonnu Smith and additions of course. You get Jonnu Smith, and you got, of course, Pat Frymouth and stuff there. Might need another guy who can go out there and be a route runner. Like Mark Cooper would have been great to bring in, you know, a route runner guy, a guy who can move the sticks and move the chains and stuff like that, being a finesse type guy. But I don't know if the Steelers going to sign a free agent. They would probably sign one by now if they was to go out there and do it. They might sign a free agent in another position to bring in more depth. Maybe another another person on an offensive line like that for more depth there, and maybe it's another DB like that for another depth in the secondary. But other than that, I don't think the Steelers will sign a receiver free agent. They might trade, like I mentioned, but I don't know if they're going to be able to bring in Amari Cooper or bring in Gabe Davis. Keenan Allen already mentioned and said he want to play in Pittsburgh. He said he didn't want to be a Steeler and stuff, so I doubt they bring him in either. So we'll kind of see how things go. Tyler Boyd did rave and say he wanted to be a Steeler, but I don't think they're going to bring him in either. So it's kind of in that standpoint. You're seeing those articles saying the Steelers are still in play for former Jaguar and former Bills receiver Gabe Davis, and like they interviewed him already. They brought him in for an interview on that Thursday it was like a few months back. They interviewed him and stuff, got him out there. If they wanted to get a deal done, they would have got him done because they interviewed Aaron Rodgers. I know, and we kind of knew the deal was in place. We were just waiting for Rodgers to make his decision because they had a contract on the table already for him. They were waiting for him to sign the contract after he dealt with his personal issues and stuff, personal things he had going on, and he came and signed it. But we didn't hear anything about Gabe Davis possibly getting offered a contract with the Steelers, so I don't think he's going to be a Steeler. I don't think the Steelers are going to go out there and bring him in. So most likely we probably roll what we have, and what we have is still pretty good. Like I mentioned before, it could be 50-50. It could either be like, we can bring a guy in because we don't know if those guys are going to be what we need them to be, or we can just see if they develop into what we need them to be. Like Calvin Austin, he made a big jump from year 2 to year 3, like I mentioned many times on this channel and on the other channel as well. He made a big jump from year 2 to year 3, went from 140 to 540 some yards last season. I feel like he can make another jump as well. The Steelers opened up his route tree and let him be more like a Tyler Lockett type, where he's running routes to use his speed and use his quickness and shiftiness to produce more yards in the middle of the field. I think he'll open up a lot more for him. So he could definitely possibly be a receiver too. Roman Wilson, we know at college he was big time. 800 plus yards, 12 touchdowns. The Steelers drafted him in the 3rd round because they were going to utilize him probably. But since he got injured, of course, in training camp, and then he missed most of the regular season. He played, I think, by week 6 or 7, only 3 snaps, but he wasn't really kind of there yet because you could still see the injury. So he was like kind of like moving slow and sluggish and stuff. So Coach Tomlin said he didn't wow him, so he never put him out there too much because he said he was still kind of like banged up and limping around and stuff. We've seen him look a little better now because you know, a year passed and he's kind of healthy now too as well. So we see him better. So we'll see how he looks when we do training camp. We'll see how he look in preseason. Because last year he didn't play preseason either, so he can get an opportunity to play really a lot. He got kind of thrown in, played 3 snaps against the Raiders, and after that he was done. So hopefully Roman Wilson can go out there and be a big time player. If he emerges as a big time playmaker, then you can just roll with him as well, like that. So, and Robert Woods is still on the team as well too. We know he is capable of being a receiver 2 type guy. He put some big time numbers up in the past, but he's a little older now, and the injuries kind of catch up. If he stay healthy and be consistent, then he's a big guy too. So I think the Steelers could roll with what they have and still be solid in the receiver room. But like I mentioned before, it never hurt to have, of course, just one little extra piece added. So we'll see if they add other piece. I don't think it's gonna be a free agent though. So the free agent stuff, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be a free agent. It most likely might be a trade. So it might be Juwan Jennings, like we keep mentioning, or it might be somebody completely different that we never mentioned before. It might be somebody else. You never know. Like they might say, oh, the Steelers traded for this guy, Jacoby Myers from the Raiders. I don't think he's on the table to be traded, but you never know. But things can happen. The Steelers need a receiver that's kind of like shifty and crafty type, like that as the receiver too. So I don't know who they'll trade for, who they'll bring in, if they was to bring in. I know they mentioned, we've seen articles and them talking about like if they still interest of doing that like that, because we've seen them being interested in different players, but I don't think they're gonna be able to bring in. I don't think they possibly could bring in the free agent, but I don't think they bring the free agent in, because they would have done it by now. I think because training camp about to come up a few days too, as well. They probably have a guy ready already, so it can be already out there too. So we probably see what happens. Of course, last year they traded for a guy, Mike Williams, way down the line like that. He made a big time play too at the end of the game. Remember against the Commanders, the big touchdown he made to get the lead for the Steelers, but they really utilized him a lot. So we'll see what happens. But that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And let me know down below what you guys think about the possibility of the Steelers bringing in a receiver via trade, or just rolling with what you got like that, rolling with what you have and seeing what goes on. But I know training camp is going to be a question a lot of times, so you probably see another video like this, because you probably see the media asking questions to Coach Tomlin and different people around and saying, y'all going to add another receiver, y'all going to add another guy right here. So you probably hear that a lot. So we'll be discussing this again in the future. But that's all I have today, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.